Buongiorno! Welcome back to the Italian campaign. We've got 3 convoy missions this turn, and they're all here, one of them even being hidden behind the other 2. So let's do this one first, because I'm curious to see if my captured and refit Rheinland class heavy cruiser is better than the most recent German refit of the same cruiser. So, this is going to be the original German or the German a la Italy. Let's take a look. Let's see how it goes. Now, the original Rhineland class had 2 single 10-inch guns. I degunned mine down to 8-inch guns. The Germans changed some stuff around with their latest refit, so they've now got 1 single 10-inch gun and 1 triple 10-inch gun on the back. So, oh yeah, that's their DDs. That's what they look like. They've got the one that almost looks like a light cruiser. Although that's the case for my own DDs as well. So here's the German ones. Let's get you in the picture. Something like this. Maybe? Okay, I've got an idea for a thumbnail here. Like so. Also, let's just take a look at that DD. Yeah, that's an AI design, alright. Lots of guns. What kind of guns do you have, even? Got 1.8s, 4, and 5.6. That's quite some, quite a lot of firepower. And here is my take on the Rhineland class. Now, I dare say mine looks a little bit better. It doesn't have a lot of random guns of different calibers all over. But we'll see if those 8-inch guns are sufficient to deal with enemy heavy cruisers. While it was a historical heavy cruiser armament. Let's see, 35 knots, 35 knots, yeah, same speed. While it was a historical heavy cruiser armament, in this game, anything less than 9 inches for a heavy cruiser is kind of weedy. Let's see, your 10-inch guns, 28 kilometers, 23. Okay, not that much of a range difference. What kind of ammo did I give this design? It's been a while. Ah, incendiary HE and semi-ballistic AP. Interesting. Not my usual choice, but there we go. 8-inch semi-armor piercing are doing big damage to that DD, so yeah, they do work to counter lighter ships. And the DD sinks. Let's maneuver in case it got torpedoes off. I don't think it did, because it was on approach, and its launcher is at the stern. I don't think it had an angle, but it might have. Also, did it only have a single launcher? I guess it only had a single launcher. At least that I could see. Now let's get closer to the two enemy cruisers. And gun them down. I know the Bourbon class has in the past been able to go alone against two of those Rhinelands. Well, not alone. It had a... let's see, pause it before it disappears. Oh, it looks like only one quintuple... oh, it didn't launch, no. One quintuple 23-inch torpedo launcher. And underwater launchers? Okay. I did not know DDs could have those. But maybe that one can? Maybe it's a special thing. Mecklenburg is taking most of the fire. I've not renamed it yet. I probably should. I haven't renamed any of the ships I captured. I really wish the Germans would focus the Capitana instead, because that's Scottish. It's not mine. So I don't really care what happens to it. Are wow, really doing evil stuff to that poor cruiser. Put the secondaries on the other one. There are the torpedoes. Yeah, I'm thinking this works. Just launched again. It's like loot pulled. Not looking too good. Now you're dead. There goes a torpedo. Stealthy. Well, stealthy. -8. Yeah, electric torpedoes. You just launched. Target was Capitana, actually. I'm gonna keep maneuvering. I don't think they're launching any more torpedoes now because they're all blown up. And then that one sinks too. 8-inch guns have done a lot, but well, now they have because they just started deleting transports. Where did those torpedoes come from? Oh, the transports have torpedoes. All right. It's been a while since I've seen transports with torpedoes. It can be a real nasty surprise if you're not ready for it. Guess I would have to check out the post-game results screen. To see which ship actually did the most to the enemy cruisers. Although there is no doubt that the 8-inch guns with semi-armor piercing and incendiary HE was like just brutal against the transports and the DD. Let's see. Frauenlob received 25,000 damage from 10-inch guns and 10,000 from 8-inch guns. Prince Regent received 12,500 from 10s and 26,000 from 8-inch. So about equal. The DD took a lot more from 8-inch guns than 10-inch guns. And of course the transports. You can see the 10-inch guns were just over penetrating and the 8-inch guns just deleted them. Very nice. Maybe I should use 8-inch guns more. Alright, 2 more convoy battles. Let's do this one. I think the other one is hiding behind here. We got Vesuvio of the Bastarda class, accompanied by a Scottish destroyer, going up against 3 Rheinland class heavy cruisers and one of those DDs. Yeah. Let's see if this DD can go up against that one. All right. Let's see if the Bastarda class can once again prove itself to be not obsolete. Let's see. I'm just gonna have it sail on its own, more or less, at cruising speed, engaging those cruisers. Which it is doing. That's fine. And here's the enemy DD. Did you change target now? You did? Yeah. Put the secondaries on the heavy cruiser that is 40 kilometers away. I'm trying to hit the DD with your main guns. Excellent choice, Vesuvio. Let's get it a little bit closer. I'm still trying to maintain angles with all the guns. And here's the enemy DD. Now this is the it's a Scottish DD, so it has not received the refits that my own have received. So it still only has 5-inch guns, not 5.5s. But I think this German DD class only had 0.2 inches of armor, not 0.9. That some of those, some of the other ones we've encountered. So I should be able to, yes, there we go, flooding and big damage. And sinks. Excellent. Exactly what I wanted. Let's see, we've got torpedo range to the enemy transports. It's gonna continue sailing in this heading, launching torpedoes towards the transports whenever it is actually in range. Because the transports are sailing away, right? So it's got to add lead. And there we go. There go the torpedoes. Let's see. Just have it moved back for now until the cruisers are dead. Then it can move in and go for the transports. Yeah, no, the cruisers were not in the path of... Oh, wait. Or was that a transport torpedo? Do they have torpedoes again? No. Does not look like it. Unless some of them do and some of them don't. Yeah, no, it was one of my torpedoes. It just kind of moved off course. So I did get kind of lucky with my torpedoes. Excellent. This cruiser is now almost dead. "15-inch armor piercing." Do not really care about cruiser armor. Okay, Nassau next. What kind of armor did you have? 11.3 main belt. Okay, that's quite potent for a cruiser. But it's still not, you know, we're talking 15-inch cap ballistic here. And the DD will now start approaching the transports. Not bad for a battle cruiser that is, I don't know, almost 50 years old at this point. We're gonna sink soon, Nassau. I would like to and it's doing the target switching thing. Just when Nassau was almost dead. of course, the steer goes straight for my DD. Although, it is Scottish, so it's not like I'm the one losing a ship here, but still. No, none of these have torpedoes. There we go, a little bit more flooding. Is it gonna be enough? It was. Now, secondaries on the transports. Well, I think the Vesuvio can sink the transports herself. Even if we probably have to use the secondaries to do so. Because the 15s will overpen. That's a big hit. That's your A turret gone. And that's most of your hull gone. Still, for only 370 million. They're not bad cruisers. Surrendered Z-class. Oh no, secondaries on that one too. And there we go. Another convoy down. Like, yeah. Good job, Vesuvio. Yeah, Bastarda class. Outdated, but not out of style. And the last one is here. Alright. We got the Bastarda herself. And one of the Japanese battlecruisers. The Kamoi. No, the Akaishi of the Kamoi class. And one of the refit destroyers. Going up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rheinland class. One being the original configuration, 2 single 10-inch guns, and one being the refit. The other 4 being the refit, excuse me. 15 transports, that's a big convoy. Surprisingly, the Bastardas have more displacement than the Kamois. Okay. Alright. Kamoi class. It is basically the same hull as the Bastarda class, because it's one of those hulls that pretty much every nation gets. because the developers do not have unique hulls for all the different ships for all the different nations. Let's see, we're taking fire already. Let's pick out some targets here. Okay, those are the two DDs. I've got a job for you, Ostro. We're actually going to do some screening. Akaishi, I gave her 6-inch secondaries. Those could be, those could become useful. Akaishi, Bastarda. And I want you both. Just turn your secondaries on that DD whenever it's in range. And for the Ostro, it is screening time. Ooh, direct 15-inch hit from Bastarda on that DD. Maybe maybe your services are not strictly necessary, Ostro. I'm gonna put those new 5.6-inch guns to use, though. Proof of concept. Both my battlecruisers. Just engage that cruiser approaching. Actually, while the Ostro turns her guns on these two DDs, I want her torpedoes targeting this transport here. Whenever possible. Well, looks like we evaded the enemy torpedoes. That is nice. Yeah, the guns do work. Let's see if we can get those torps in the water. There they go. I'll turn them off. Back to the battlecruisers. That's a pretty good spread of torpedoes. It's gonna hit something. Will they hit the cruisers though? That's a different question. They do seem to just hang around in the middle of the transport convoy, so that's very possible. But that also means they're using using the transports as human shields. It's not very nice. I don't think that's how you're supposed to escort transports. Ah, you overcorrected. Dud torpedo. But one was live. So, got one torpedo hit on a cruiser. Well, two, counting the dud. But mostly we hit the transports. Okay, Ostro, you got a little bit too close. Let's take care of the escorts before you start slaughtering transports, shall we? Bastarda and Akaishi, you can probably get closer. Are you both targeting the same ship? You are. Bastarda, you can target the one that's wounded. I think Ostro is able to get away without taking too much damage. And then, provided the battlecruisers haven't already sunk the escorts, she can go in and start slaughtering transports. Well, if we sink the escorts, then she can go in and start slaughtering the transports. But if we don't, by the time the torpedoes are loaded, we're gonna try that thing again. Let's see. Now this transport that ate torpedoes. Which one is it? I know it was one of them. This one? Oh, they probably already sank. It's just me not paying attention. Are you sure you didn't take any torpedoes there? Yeah, this one took a torpedo. This is the original. Yeah. It has way less armor than the refit. Colonel sinks. And I want the Bastarda to target the one without a lot of armor, and Akaishi to take the more heavily armored refit cruiser. My torpedoes are almost reloaded. It's time for the Ostro to do her thing once again. First Bismarck. Well, just Bismarck, actually, in this case. That's first Bismarck. It could almost get confusing. Just took a pretty big hit. It's a 15-inch. Okay, Ostro. It is time. It's time for you to start playing with torpedoes again. There are quite a lot of transports that could potentially work as ablative armor. External torpedo bulges for the enemy heavy cruisers. Let's try and make sure the cruisers do not exit the convoy. I want them to be where the torpedoes will be. $67, $144. Limburg goes down. Here's Bismarck. Almost down. Here come the torps. And it's looking quite good. I just don't think... Well, we might get lucky. That was a dud, though. But I think the torpedo spread was on point. Big things are happening here. Is that the end of the Bismarck? I think that's the end of the Bismarck. Yep. They're even using the transports as shields from the battlecruiser guns. Just let the Austro take care of those shields. Yeah, I'm thinking these guns are quite deadly versus transports. First Bismarck goes down. It's like one or two hits and it's gone. All right. How much damage did Austro end up doing here? Oh yeah, just 2.5 million. Slightly padded by by killing transports. All right, and I'm not gonna do the ambush. I just do not think it's gonna work. I could probably sink the Mecklenburg. It's not one of the refit Rhinelands, so could gun it down with 5.5 and 5.6 inch guns. But trying to hit them with torpedoes, that's more luck than anything else. So I think I will decline the ambush and just let some bigger ships take care of those. Do I want to design a ship? I think I do. Because, well, we got some shipbuilding capacity to spare, and some of, let's see, Bastarda and Vesuvio, they're basically, and also the Ostro, and where is the Akaishi, basically just paint damage. So that's going to be a 1 month repair. That's not too bad. Are the Scottish building projects looking? Oh yeah, we're gonna finish one of the big battleships next month. Very nice. Yeah, let's actually design something. Alright, and the game suggests Julius Caesar as a name. I think I'll keep it. I've got something special in mind here. Because, well, those German Kaiser class battleships, they've proven quite hard to kill. I basically don't have an answer to them. Other than just focusing everything on them until they just fall apart. Or getting lucky with torpedoes. Let's max you out. Maybe not that maxed out. 10%. So, I need bigger guns. Basically. That's a big tower. Can I fit a funnel on it? Yes, I can. Can I fit a funnel on this one too? Also possible. If I then put a slightly smaller funnel on there, I think that looks good. Go oil 3 and gas turbines. Very nice. Biggest barbette I can find. And this time we're going all out on the biggest guns possible, but I want to use singles. It's basically gonna be a long range artillery sniper kind of ship. So let's build the rest of the ship, and by the way, they're not just going to be 20-inch guns. That would be almost mundane. And Citadel 5. Increased HE? Yeah. And increased HE on the secondaries too. Cap ballistic and cap ballistic. Super heavy shells, of course. Tube powder, TNT 4. There we go, a little bit overweight. But we can reduce that by fiddling with the armor. So, 20.9-inch guns. 47 caliber. I think we can shorten them down a little bit. 45. It's probably better. What kind of penetration are we looking at 35,000 meters? 13 deck pen, 28 belt. At 40, we're up to 21-inch deck penetration. What if I shorten, let's see, range? 74 kilometers, excuse me. HE accuracy drops off hard. The HE muzzle velocity is still very, very high. Yeah, I think we can shorten them down more than this. Let's drop them down to 40 caliber. And there we go, and we now actually have HE accuracy. And deck pan at 35,000 meters has increased to 15.2 inches and 24.4 at 40,000. Belt pan is suffering slightly, but not that much. Can I shorten them down even more? Reload time is only 35 seconds. Oh, what if I just minimum 37 caliber length? Range is still 65 kilometers with AP, which is more than you would ever need. At 35,000 meters, deck pan is now 16.1. At 40,000, it's 25.8. That's enough to go straight through the deck of a Kaiser class battleship. And the belt penetration is still not that bad. Look at the accuracy with AP at 50,000 meters, 7.7%. That's quite excellent. It's almost sad I can't shorten them down even more. Because just imagine what it would be at like 35 caliber length. 0% flash fire chance. How many shells per gun do we have? Reload time is very, very good. 100 shells each. With increased ammo, flashfire chance is still 0. Can I reduce the barbette? Yeah, still 0. Still 0. 0.5 with barbette 2. Not bad at all. I increased my ammo to 135 per shell type per gun. What if I use, instead of 2 powder, 3? Let's see, what's this? Plus 2% muzzle velocity. Minus 2% muzzle velocity. So we're gonna go from, at 40,000 meters, we're doing 6.1% accuracy with HE, 13 with AP. 2 powder 2. 6.8 and 12. So better HE accuracy, but worse AP accuracy. Flashfire chance went up, but I can reduce that by what would it be with 2 powder 1? Just gonna check here. 6.5 and 12. And with triple base, which would give me plus 10% shell muzzle velocity. Yeah, all my accuracy just gone. With HE, it's only 0.7 now at 40,000 meters. I think we're gonna stick to 2 powder 3. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Okay, let's make this not overweight. I think 24-inch on the turret face is... That saved a lot of weight. What was it? No. That's 14. My bad. So 106. At 28 it was 100... Oh yeah, that's 1,000 tons. 14 on the turret top, that is maximum. I think 18 on the main belt should probably be enough. Because remember, we're gonna have inner belts as well, so I don't think it will suffer a lot from reduce the fore and aft decks, of course. Don't think it would suffer a lot from citadel penetrations. 19 on the conning tower. 3 inches on the inner belt. That is equal to 30. What's the maximum here? 3.2. That is quite good. Now let's just reduce the first inner belt as far as we can before the rest starts to suffer. 5, 4, and 3.2. So the first and second inner belt is basically just the tax you have to pay to get the third one. As for the inner decks, that should be equal to 13. Right? Yeah. So that's the armor layout, but I now don't have anything. Well, not a lot of displacement left to spare for secondaries, unless I reduce the range, which is still pretty good. What kind of resistance am I getting? 155. Should I also go with anti-torp 5? That is very heavy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to anti-torp 3 unless 4 is still pretty heavy. There, with the beam and draft and the resistance, I already take a lot less torpedo damage than most ships. So it's not only the anti-torpedo blister that protect from torpedoes, it's also a lot of other things. So I can sacrifice some protection there. Let's just try and move things a little bit further back. Got a bit of a forweight offset still. Let's put a tall barbette here. And 8-inch secondaries. That's what this ship will use. Because it needs something to protect itself from light cruisers and DDs. Because these will just overpen anything that doesn't have a lot of battleship armor. Wow, the HE deck penetration at long range is seriously impressive. And it's gonna do 20,000 damage almost on a full pen. Probably more than that, because the damage in this game is, well, who knows how it works really. I'm gonna plop down some 8-inch turrets here. What does that do to my flashfire chance? It's still 0. A little bit overweight. Like so. These 8-inch turrets, let's see, what's the most I can put on the barbette? 7.8. 12 on the turret sides. 39 caliber, 22 kilometer range. I think these ones I actually want to lengthen just a little bit. Just to get a little bit more range out of them. If I max out the barrel length on these, Yeah, not the greatest accuracy, but it's still a little bit of accuracy. If I go with something more sensible. Yeah, I think that's a better idea. Actually, no. Let's go 45 caliber on those. That should be 15, right? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So with HE, they can go through 1.1 inches of belt armor out to their maximum range. That's enough to kill some DDs. That said, though, the ubiquitous 4.2 inch guns will not be left out. Can I put one here? Secondary barbettes are so strange. Like, you would think you could just free place them. But no, they're basically just limited to a couple of places. 4-inch guns. Those are terrible arcs of fire. What? Do I have to get taller barbettes? Like that thing? That actually looks better. It doesn't work there, though. That one works. As long as I turn it. It actually looks better, too. But because I had to turn them, they didn't mirror. Ah. Too far? There we go. Okay. Now. That's better, that's better. Much, much better. So, 4.2. And I think I'm mostly using plus 17. Yeah, there we go, 40 caliber. Just in case something gets through the 8-inch barrage. It's basically a heavy cruiser worth of 8-inch guns on either side of the ship. So now I can give those some armor too, but as you can see, we're now overweight by almost 2,000 tons. So how do we deal with that? What must I reduce? The operational range? I almost did it. 19,000 kilometers. I mean, that's probably enough. I can freely move through the Mediterranean after all, so yeah, that's probably enough. Now I'm still a teeny little bit overweight. This does almost nothing. 11 inches of side armor on the 8-inch turrets. I can actually up the barbette armor now. It's probably not a bad thing to do that, even though it's yeah, it's adding some weight. Do I want to reduce the fore and aft decks? I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I can probably reduce the main deck. Because I'm still being protected by the inner layers. There we go. 6.5 is a good number. I want to add some more of this. It's very tempting. Balances out the ship too. But of course now I'm overweight again, so there's that. What if I... No, it wasn't like a secret thing that sometimes... No, I think it's auxiliary 2 that's lighter than 1. That's how it is. Or isn't it? No, that's not how it is. Never mind. I should just keep silent, I guess, sometimes. I'm not that much overweight. It's just 1%. What do I reduce? I don't want to murder my turning rate even worse. It's yeah, it's pretty bad as it is. 1255, 1342. Didn't even save that much weight. 106, 327, 837. So 500 tons. Just out of curiosity, what's my turning circle maxed out? 1138, 1157, 1178. That made almost no difference in turning rate. Yeah, it's basically just the rudder shift rate. So we're gonna stick to what we have there. If I go down to barbette 2, my flash fire chance is 0.4. But it did free up some weight. Yeah, no, I'm keeping the shaft 3 now, just because the with unbalanced, it's 1030. Not terrible, really. Okay, I don't like doing this, but I guess I've got to. 17 inches on the main belt. That saved some weight, but not really enough. If I go 6.5 on the fore and aft belts, like so, I didn't really save much. .8, 1.7 on the extended decks. Still doesn't really save much. I'm guessing I can reduce the main turret side armor. And there we go. no longer overweight. I think that's the ship. Weird little boat. And all of these secondaries might not even be needed if it's actually doing the job it's supposed to be doing, which is sailing at 40 to 45,000 meters and just lobbing shells onto the decks of enemy battleships. But you never know. The AI starts building lots and lots of very fast DDs and just send them suicide style into your gun line. Some of them might get close to the battleships. I'm just gonna take a couple more screenshots of this. Not sure if it's gonna be in the thumbnail though, but it's an imposing looking boat, if I may say so. Giulio Cesare class battleship, or floating artillery platform, more like it. That's it for this episode. We sunk some convoys. We proved that my refit of the German Rheinland class heavy cruiser was better than the Germans' own attempt. And we designed this thing, which probably won't see any use because building them it's going to take longer than what's left of the campaign. What's the construction time, really? 34 months. Yeah, no, it's not going to be ready in time for my retirement. But it's a fun little design project. And also, by the time it would be ready, the Germans have probably scrapped all of their Kaiser class battleships and replaced them with something completely useless. Something, you know, typical AI design, 0 inches of deck armor and 16 knot top speed and 11-inch guns. But we can pretend they are building a new battleship class called the Posen. I saw it in the log, so we can pretend those are an even bigger and more improved version of their already quite good Kaiser class battleship, and we can pretend that this is needed to counter those. Just wish the game was that exciting. Goodbye, and take care.